Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. And this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Well, this time around, this is an impromptu, read unplanned video. I was out doing something else and looked through some boxes and said, hey, this would be kind of neat. I grabbed a baker's dozen of humor comics of various stripes, mostly in real rough shape, and thought these would be a nice change up to show y'all out there. And thought we would start off with a few And before that, remember I had just gone over 1,000 subscribers, and I had the contest. The Gray Man won the contest. Already had contact with him elsewhere, and we'll set up the stuff we need to do there. And I wanted to thank everyone out there who participated, and sorry I can't do everyone, and thank all of my subscribers out there. I really appreciate you, everyone. It kind of makes makes me feel better, feel nice, feel good, because I enjoy doing this stuff, but because it's not just for me, but it makes me feel better that other people out there are actually watching it and enjoying it. I can share my passion for this medium of communication. I'm talking about the comic books and related stuff, and I like the history and the backgrounds of the creators involved. And the history of what led up to these books we love today. So, let's start off with a few Dell comics. This is Dell's Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. It says this is 173. These numbers don't really make much sense, because they're not really like that. This is from 1955, and these are all in real rough shape. Of course, Walt Disney Comics and Stories, all kinds of Disney characters, mostly the Ducks, but not exclusively the Ducks. And these are probably Carl Barks, but I'm not sure. There's a Mickey story in there. It's from 1955, and some of these were so bad off. I had to, before I could show them here, I had to tape the covers back on, because the spines were split. This is one that's got whole pages missing, which is unfortunate. This is from 1960. It says 238. Walt Disney Stories and Comics. Ducks on the cover. What that one have? That ducks on the cover. I think the ducks were the most popular, so they usually had ducks on the cover and ducks on the inside. Usually have the ducks lead stories, and then followed up. This is not good. This racial interpretation here, even for 1960, it was way back. So it's probably from something even older. As you can see, this is a real rough copy. And then here's also from 1960. This is 243, Walt Disney's Comics and Stories, Ducks on the cover. And real rough. Got some stuff there growing on it. Turkey Trouble. More Donald Duck. Ducks on the cover. Ducks inside. Junior Woodchuck stuff going on. Oh, yeah. There's Lucky... I forgot his name. Hound Dog. Mickey Mouse. Mickey and Goofy. Little chipmunks. See, it's even coming apart. And more ducks on the cover. This is still from 1960. This is $2.35. See, these covers don't make necessarily, the numbers don't necessarily make sense because they don't seem to be, they shouldn't necessarily be in the same year, but oh well. Ducks on the cover. And more ducks inside. Gladstone Gander. That's what was his name from that other one. Yeah. Oh, we got looks like some critters from Robin Hood. I don't know. Pineapple Poachers. Mickey Mouse. Yep. So it's usually Donald and Mickey with other stories in between. Whoops! I bumped my vehicle here. And this is from 1961, number 248. Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. This has got Mickey and ducks on the cover. Mickey and Pluto. Oh, and starts off, of course, with ducks. Terrible tourist. Ducks. More ducks. Ads. Ducks. Oh, there were a scamp. Little scamp. Oh, come on. Oh, the little bad wolf. Red Riding Hoodwinker. A Goofy TV. It's a text page. Okay, and that's it for Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. Then we go here, Still Dell Comics, and this is from 1967, and this is Mad Monster Party. It's a movie classic. Monsters, monsters, monsters. The wildest party out of this world. Yes, this is a comic adaptation of a movie. And when I got this book, I had never heard of the movie called Mad Monster Party, and it is stop motion animation. So you can see the cover photo stills, and on the interior. This is Rankin Bass Productions. There's the ones who did the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So it's done in the same manner. Mad Monster, and it even has Boris Karloff doing himself. And here it has Frank, and with all kinds of stuff. See more pictures, still photos, and it's a fun. It is a fun book, fun read. But then, just a few years ago, I spotted it on TV and recorded it. Now I'm wishing that I had kept it instead of deleting it, because it was the only time I had seen it. And aside from this book, it's the only time I'd ever even heard of it. Since then I have heard of it once or twice. It was a real fun story, fun movie, and a fun comic book. Then 1974, Marvel Comics. It says, warning, this comic mag will make you go Argh. And they had it was a short-lived series. It had like 6 or 7 issues, I think, and it was bi-monthly. This was, but they had this series, and they focused on doing funny comic stories about horror monsters, vampires, werewolves, Frankenstein's monsters, and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed it. I really like this. Like I said, this is number 1 from 1974. Thanks for the memory. As Mike Sikowski doing the art and story. And here, this old fat Dracula got Batman symbol there, and he's got a bald spot. He's an old vampire. Of course, nothing but ads. Ooh. This is Dad. Oh, and he's an old vampire, because it ends up when he goes to bed at night, he puts his false fangs in to soak in a glass of water at night. That's funny. Wax Museum. Oh. There we go. A rat. Splash, splash, splash. This one's got Tom Sutton art. He was good at this stuff. Real good at this stuff. And he was better. I think he was overall better at humor than he was at the at the more adventure science fiction superhero stuff. Just my opinion. That's issue 1. Then here's issue 2. Argh! I just happen to have 2 copies of this one. Argh, issue 2. Warning: this comic mag will make you go argh. No bleeding, first 20 rows. And I like that. The good resemblance. I think I don't see that, but I think this was a Marie Severin pencils. I can't be sure though. But it just kind of looks like it. And good resemblance here. The Gerald's World. Every time you turn the page, you get ads. They've got Frankenstein monstery stuff and vampire-y stuff. These were all real good. This story here, it actually looks bugged. Alfredo Alcala, story by Jack Younger. This looks like it might have been more of a straightforward horror story, really. It's been a long time since I read it, so I don't know. And it kind of reminds me of that one of the stories from the movie Creepshow. Come on! It ends up with a giant bug. Oh, that's creepy. And here we go, issue 5. Argh. And the entire book is drawn introducing Count Varicose, the vampire with a heart. Count Varicose, plus more fun with the invisible Mr. Man, also the something from another world. And the whole issue was drawn and inked by Ross Andrew and Mike Esposito. I didn't know Ross Andrew could draw so funny. This is unusual because he's using duotone paper for shading. Count Varicose, and it looks really good. Then the something from another world. It's basically a parody of the Thing. It's his giant carrot because it was a giant plant critter. But then we jump up here to, this was 1992, I think it said is what it said it was. The Marvel mag of Mirth and Mayhem. What the? Number 19, and I really enjoyed these two. These were all humor, but poking fun at their own superhero characters. And I really always enjoyed these. And they even poked fun at the cameos, because this was 92, and had all these cameos, because here you got Ghost Rider, the Punisher, Pulverizer as they call him here, and Wolverine movie, because they were so popular. They were guesting in everywhere, and it's a running gag throughout this title of these guys being doing guest shots, and they have so many stories about them in these books, in the What the books. And then they have here a parody. Come on. A parody of the Maltese Falcon, which is the Malted Falcon, and it's featuring Marvel characters like Captain America, Scarlet Witch, as the traditional characters from the show, and it's Kingpin as the Fat Man, Mr. Spade. Ooh, that's hard on my throat. But then you can flip it off, and it's Deranged Tales. So it's a parody of their older stuff from the 60s, when they had Strange Tales, which featured Doctor Strange and Nick Fury. So here, Dr. Fury and Nick Deranged, Agent of Mystic. It's funny. But here, the artwork is even the whole thing is a parody. The Nick Fury part of it is a parody, stylistically and story-wise, of the Jim Steranko era, even though that was 30 years before, of this Steranko era on the Shield, Nick Fury, Agent of Shield. Look at those pages, and there's Fury against Shield against Hydra, and then it has, because it's got two stories, just like Strange Tales, it has Doctor Strange, a Doctor Strange parody, as Mike Martin, and this is in search of Kleenex. Oh, it's all, the whole thing is funny. They did a really good job. It's unfortunate that it didn't last longer, because I really liked it. Then we're gonna move over to Harvey. These were from 19. What? Oh, now I can't remember. I just looked, and I forgot. 70. Yeah, it's 1979. A couple of issues of Spooky. One number is 154, and the other one is 160. So it's 78 and 79, I think. Spooky. I just left that one in there. Someone went to town on scribbling all over Spooky there. Here it goes. I always like Spooky. He's one of my favorite of the Harvey characters, and I did a thing on him a few months ago. Spooky, spooky, spooky. No, I didn't. I wanted to, and I wound up having to do Casper. So now I'll at least get to show you some stuff. And then we're going to finish it up with Marvel Comics Group Harvey. We went from Harvey Comics to Harvey in the comics. And this issue 4 from, what year was this? 74? Yeah, 1972. And of course, this is when they were doing, Marvel was doing a few, Archie style titles, as well as the regular stuff. As artistically, it's always, the whole thing could have come right out of Archie. Every time you turn the page, you get ads, bunches of ads. Harvey saps on the skates. But one of the neat things is in this last story. Come on, has Harvey and friends going to China for some reason, and they get mixed in with Nixon when Nixon made his famous history-making trip to China. Like I said, only Nixon could go to China, and so that is all I've got for you this time. Some good funny stuff. Some good funny stuff in the funny books. Walt Disney's Comics and Stories, Argh, and other good, funny, fun reading stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this for a change of pace. And so please do like, share, and subscribe. And remind people that there really were funny books. And do leave a comment. Tell me which of these titles you've read before, which ones you liked, which ones you didn't, or just which ones you wish you had. I don't know. And let me know in the comments below. And remember, comics are Argh.